In every generation, people have asked the same question. Are we living in the last days? Wars rage across nations. Earthquakes shake the earth. Fear spreads through cities. And the world searches desperately for answers. But thousands of years ago, the Bible already warned that these signs would come. Tonight, you are about to witness a story inspired by prophecy. A story about the Great Tribulation, the most terrifying period the world has ever seen. And what you're about to see might feel strangely familiar to the world we live in today. So make sure you stay until the very end, because the final moments of this story reveal a warning from Scripture that could change the way you see the future forever. The world once believed it had control over its destiny. Ancient empires rose and fell. Kings ruled nations, and history marched forward like an unstoppable river. But hidden within ancient scrolls and sacred scriptures, a different story was written, a prophecy about the final chapter of human history. In a quiet stone chamber lit only by flickering lamps, an ancient scroll revealed a chilling message. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars. The words had been written nearly 2,000 years ago, yet they sounded like today's headlines. Across the world, conflicts erupted between nations. Missiles lit the night sky. Soldiers marched across battlefields. And people everywhere began asking the same uneasy question. Is something bigger happening? In crowded cities, giant screens flashed breaking news reports of disasters unfolding across the planet. Earthquakes struck without warning. Storms grew stronger. Fires spread across forests and cities alike. Meanwhile, in an ancient church hidden in an old city, a group of believers prayed beneath stained glass windows as thunder shook the sky outside. They remembered the words of Jesus in Matthew 24:6. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. These things must happen. But even those who believed the prophecy had no idea how quickly events would unfold. In deserts once walked by prophets, ancient ruins stood silently beneath darkening skies. Carved into stone were symbols of kingdoms, beasts, and rulers that would one day rise to power. The past was whispering a warning to the future. Across oceans, violent earthquakes shook the earth beneath the sea. Cities trembled, sirens screamed, and the world realized something terrifying. These disasters were not isolated. They were happening everywhere. In newsrooms filled with flashing lights and urgent voices, reporters spoke of famine spreading across nations, food shortages, economic collapse, civil unrest. The world was beginning to crack under pressure. Yet in the middle of the chaos, a new voice appeared. A leader, charismatic, calm, powerful. He spoke to the nations through massive global broadcasts. He promised peace. He promised unity. And millions of people began to believe he could save the world. Crowds gathered in city squares, cheering his words. For the first time in years, hope returned. A historic peace agreement was signed between warring nations. Fireworks filled the skies. People celebrated in the streets. But hidden deep within ancient prophecy was a warning. Inside a quiet church basement, a small group studied the book of Daniel. Their faces grew pale as they read one chilling verse. Daniel 9:27. A ruler would rise during chaos, bringing peace to the nations. But that peace would not last, because it would mark the beginning of the tribulation. Still, the world celebrated. Families watched the news with relief. Markets reopened. Wars slowed. The world believed the nightmare was over. But prophecy had not finished unfolding. High above the earth, satellites began detecting strange activity from the sun. Massive solar flares, unusual cosmic patterns. Scientists struggled to understand what was happening. Then one night, the sky itself began to change. Across the world, A giant solar eclipse darkened the day. Cities fell into eerie twilight. People stood in silence, staring at the heavens. The Bible had warned about this too. There shall be signs in the sun, in the moon, and in the stars. Suddenly, power grids collapsed. Cities plunged into darkness. Communication systems failed. Emergency broadcasts interrupted television screens around the world. Inside churches, candles flickered out as violent winds burst through the doors. Earthquakes shook the ground beneath massive cities. Buildings cracked. Bridges collapsed. Sirens echoed through the night. Across oceans, enormous waves tossed ships like toys. Thousands fled their homes. Refugees walked endless roads searching for safety. And still, the disasters kept coming. Lightning turned the sky blood red. Storms raged across continents. Fear spread across the world like wildfire. But perhaps the most chilling moment came in the quietest place of all. Inside a ruined temple, an ancient Bible slowly opened in the wind. The page revealed a passage from Revelation 6. It spoke of earthquakes, darkened skies, and the beginning of the Great Tribulation. And as thunder rolled across the earth, the world realized something terrifying. The prophecy had begun. If this story opened your eyes, remember this. The Bible warned about these events thousands of years ago, and many believe we may already be seeing the first signs today. But the question is not just when these things will happen. The real question is, are we ready when they do? If you want to see what happens next in this prophecy story, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because Season 2, The Rise of the Beast, is coming soon, and what happens next will shock the world. And before you go, tell us in the comments, do you think we are living in the last days?